Hey, this is the 4960, doing another Overwatch video. So I'm going to be doing a match I did on Volskaya Industry. For this match, I played Lucio, Diamond. Most of the people were around Platinum. I think one of our tanks was even Gold, so it wasn't like it's not a Diamond match, it's more of like a mid-plat if I had to guess. So we start off on offense. Okay. Starting offense engagement, I gotta be really careful with Junkrat. He's gonna be the main. He's gonna be my main concern as far as when punishing me. I'm able to get a little bit of damage on that Sigma, help me finish it off. I don't want to get too close. I don't want to get punished. I get more value from staying alive than going in and getting punished. So I'm not gonna go in until I feel comfortable. Try to get the Ryan a little bit of space. Hear the Junkrat tire, hide. No one's there, reset. Main tank just went down and I don't see anyone else pushing, so I back out. Ashe getting really good value on her dynamite right now. Which actually they switched. Oh, they have Junkrat and Ashe. Okay. This D.Va on the left side, I'm not even concerned about her. I am concerned about the Ashe, but not the D.Va. Once we're already at the point, I don't need to be speed boosting so much. I can switch to heals just to make sure no one dies. Alright, Ryan going in kind of hard, so I'm trying to keep my elevation and to stay with him. I don't want to be at the same line of sight height of it as Ryan. Ryan backs up. He says to group up. Pretty good choice. Okay choice. He kind of abandons his team, but I kind of mess up right here as well. That Ryan abandons his team, but he doesn't want to fight that Moira ult, so it's kind of understandable. Plus, Ryan went in early, so he was probably waiting for his resets. I don't know where the other people are. They're taking their sweet time to get here. Ryan pushes pretty hard right there. I don't know why he does that. So right here, it's like 3v1. So I'm coming to back up Ryan. I maybe should have sped my team to get to the point faster and deal with the remains and let Ryan handle it back here, but So what I ended up going after Ryan. Mostly because I wasn't sure. I didn't look back and see where my team was. But also because I did want to help him at the same time. Like, Ryan has a pretty good survivability rate, so I want to try to support him. I come in, get Ryan out. In the meantime, our team is dealing with whatever was left over. So now they're kind of in shambles. Half of them were kind of left back here, and then the other half are up here dealing with our team. So I think this is an okay trade-off. Ryan ends up going down. Ryan jumps in too early, and he ends up going down. I kind of just ult to. That was kind of a bad ult. I was gonna like hoping to reset, but it was too much, especially with that Moira ult. Yeah, since Ryan would end up going down anyway, and he didn't get much value out of himself, I shouldn't have stayed with Ryan. I should have stayed with our Zarya. Ryan charges left. I'm with him. He's back here too. I actually like going left. I think it's a really good approach. I should have been paying attention for that Mercy. That was my bad. Right there, I'm able to actually see when and where the Junkrat tire is coming from. So I'm actually able to get my ult off on time for it to save us. That was pretty lucky. Luckily that boop gets me away from the ult. I want to get the ball off the point. That was such a waste of ult for Ryan. Yes, Ryan keeps unimpressing me. Play keep away. Popper. Oh, we got it. Yeah.
All systems checked out. Ready for combat maneuvers. Attackers incoming. Hello.
I did forget to mention in this match, I ended up with like, what was it, 27,000 healing? Which is quite a lot. But it is a long match. Also, our tanks kind of benefit me a lot. Like when there's a Ryan, I get so much more healing. Like, it's so hard to keep up with two sub tanks because like they tend to like separate from the team and each other. And Lucio gets, you know, most of his value from clumping. Let's put a little bit of pressure up there. I know as Ryan's scared of McCree, so I'm trying to help him out. I don't overcommit myself though. Well, I guess I kind of do. But I try to like... that Ryan messed up. He should have punished as soon as the McCree turned the corner. He could have got a free swing in. That Ryan was just too scared. Once you're out in the open as Ryan and don't without any cover, you're kind of screwed because you can't. It's hard to attack. But once you start attacking, you start getting focus fired. Zarya ends up getting popped by the Junkrat ult. Next time I'm gonna push a little forward, I start backing up a little bit. Wait for the high noon. There it is. Again, I don't want to come in at entry level. I want to come in above. Even though I came in too fast just because you know, we're about to lose it.
2-2. Switching sides. Initiating match.
Yeah, I should have stuck to the walls. I kind of just jump in. Yeah, I get punished super easy.
Double time.
Ready
Come on, let's
for
bring it
battle.
together.
Think I should have to work with the street ruffian.
I'm not all that excited about this arrangement either. Oh, yeah!
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
You hear that?
Yeah, we got Hog now. Or we had Hog since the last point, but... he decided to stay Hog. So the enemy team's a lot more cautious here. Notice how far back they are. This is usually a pretty good tactic for defense. I tried booping the Mercy, I get there a little too late. Hog goes on point and is getting wrecked. I'm trying to stay with the Zarya here. Get him off the point. As much as I could get people off the point, if we're winning, it's, I go a little too aggro there. But you know, sometimes the situation changes. We're trying to hunt them. We don't need to boop them off the point. But if there's kind of like stragglers and they're buying like significant time, you know, I want to be booping off the point. Gets a little bit of damage in, and you know, helps us with our objective. But if you're playing with people you could trust, you don't need to necessarily be booping as much. If you could trust your team to confirm kills, you don't need to be buying space in which case you want to be closing space. I don't know why our tank's back up right there. I ulted so they could go aggro. I think Zarya bubbled me right there. I should have died. Oh, got it. Yeah, hard to comment on that. Those like really intense engagements there. You can't really. I feel like it's kind of hard to speculate on them too much.
Initiating match.
Mm. I guess just if you know, I think counting ults during those engagements is pretty important. You know, who's used it, who hasn't used theirs, who's been sitting on it. I think that's important for those. More importantly, keeping track of ults that you can take care of, or that you can, you know, kind of keeping a mental note on which ones you can't, which ones you can cancel, and which ones you can't cancel. Like if you're Brig, you need to be on top of Reaper. Like you need to know when he's coming in. Because you should be able to stun bash him out of that. I finally noticed that my team's not that forward with me, so I kind of back up. If it's a team fight, you're pretty safe booping. Any kind of like space you could create is space they have to walk back to later. It kind of delays just their general progression. I mean, sometimes they could kind of sync up their team, but more often than not, if it's a team fight, you're getting some good splash damage in. So sometimes even having them kind of synced can be kind of useful. I don't want to be. I messed up right there. Sigma also kind of messes up. Like they're not. He put it way too close. This is a bad ult right here by me. I kind of just respond to the other one. Like I don't want us to lose those 2 kills that we pretty much got on those tanks right there. Like they cornered themselves, and I want them to be punished. So I don't want them getting away with that Lucio ult. So our team is able to pursue them better with my ult, not having to worry about their Lucio ult. Oh, yeah, I should have been keeping a more side approach, side eye on that. That was my fault for getting comfortable. I come in and I quickly realize I'm not wanted, so I leave. I'm trying to. I don't know who's pursuing me, so I want to kill line of sight as soon as I can. Even if it means taking longer to get back to the point. I kind of just mess up right here being stupid. Yeah, and that all pretty much guarantees it. Good cleanup by the Zarya ult. I can't believe so many people went down by that D.Va ult. Like, I don't think they should have been that effective.
Score 4-4. Switching sides. Initiating match.
So yeah, this match was pretty long, man. It was
You're making too much
this
noise.
is already what, our second overtime?
Noise. It's music.
Very well. You're making too much
Because we were on attack first, and then this is, I think it's our second and third time on attack.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
Everyone, move together.
Enemy
Yeah, because the second time we were on attack, the Symmetra also uses that teleporter. So yeah, this is our third attack. Luckily, these two sub tanks are kind of sticking together now. On the first time, that Hog really split up a lot, and we definitely weren't as effective.
Don't give up. You can still win this.
I have a Bastion, so you gotta be careful. I can't really go in too much. I could heal, I could poke. I want to kind of just distract the Bastion a little bit. Once he moves away, then I could start like kind of going aggro. Our Hog did a really good job of making space right there by hooking him. Bleh.
30 seconds remaining.
Oh, yeah.
New defense part.
I don't want to amp for that Genji, but I never trust my second healer, honestly.
Oh, let's break it.
I mean, I don't want to amp for that Genji. Working on the as soon as I see turret, I work on it, man, because that shit will kill Lucio. It like negates his ability, his mobility. Save my boop for when that Mercy goes in for the revive, and I canceled it right there. I think it takes at least like 30 seconds for her to get it again, or 20. Catch the eyes of the Mercy, kind of pursue her a little bit. Try to keep her away from her team. Honestly, it's just going for like the easiest target right now. I want to just be able to land my shots and build ults. If I could kind of boop away key characters like that Mercy, I'd do it. And then now that we whittle people down, go for the, whoever's left. And there it is. Yeah, right now it's 6-4.
Score 4-6. Switching sides. Initiating match. Ready for battle. Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Yeah, this is their third offense. I actually kind of like this spot for Lucio. I get to see where they're going, and I get to poke a little bit. Okay. Someone's on the point. I don't care too much. I see Zarya still up here, and I'm like, okay, I need to take care of Zarya in case they push. So I don't go back to help with the point. I know if we lose Zarya, we're screwed. D.Va's almost out of suit, and look, so right there, actually, that's a good point. That's a good part. No, noteworthy part. I noticed that D.Va's low. Hog was using his shots, and he's not even looking at me, so I'm able to kind of go in a little bit. Plus, I have Zarya behind me, I have my tanks behind me, and I had amp. I just used amp. So I'm able to get those little like pushes whenever, you know, if you see someone vital like that, and if you see their team is kind of distracted, like the way they're facing and their flow of their battle. Okay. Okay, so right there, Zarya got walled off, and sure enough, we ended up going down.
30 seconds remaining.
Just hang in there. Check this out.
Objective lost.
Early Zarya just kind of kept pushing too much and may punished her. I'll save our Zarya. I see our team pushing, I push. I see our team back out, I back out. Stupid Genji gets punished for staying out too long.
10 seconds remaining.
If your tanks back out, like the whole team pretty much has to back out, you know? Like the DPS can't stay out there because they're gonna get focus fired. If you just kind of linger in the front without paying attention to where your team is, you're gonna get punished. That's what happened to Genji right there. And yeah, that's the game. So like, yeah, guy definitely wasn't as good as I think he was. I think he did a little better as Hog. Maybe he had better sustainability with his heals. I was on him pretty much the whole time, but you know, who knows? Maybe he's just more of a Hoggy guy. Because like I said, he was kind of misusing his shield a little bit. McCree can be very difficult to deal with when you're up against when you're Ryan. His flashbang is just so punishing, and his fan the hammer. Like even on the lower ranks, because I mean, if you're like Lucio and you get flashbanged, unless they're like high gold or plat, you're probably not gonna die if you're at full health. Most lower rank people can't hit on PS4 can't hit the fan the hammer from after the stun. At least not to its fullest, which is what will kill you. But even on the lower ranks, since Ryan is so big, those McCrees will really, you know, they can punish you. They just got to be in the right position. McCrees need to be kind of a little aggro against Ryan. Really, to take on McCree, you need cover. If you don't have natural cover for that, then your McCree definitely has the upper hand. You need to kind of like bait him into you, so you could either like turn a corner and bait him into you, so you could either punish with a pin or at least a swing or something. You need to punish him to some extent. Like if you get one hammer on him or a fire strike, you know he's already almost half health. He's kind of nervous. That puts pressure on him, both mentally and actually resource wise. he needs to play more perfectly to make sure that you don't, finish him. Um, but anyway, so about me, I did okay on that match. I think I stayed too long on some of the places. I think I trust my team a little too much in some areas. I think at first when that hog switch, we were having a little bit of trouble and kind of grouping up correctly, and that led to like a little bit of, it was a little hard for us to capture the point when that hog first switched, and then I think we started getting into a rhythm. Yeah, I started trusting Zarya a bit more. I don't know, maybe because I could just give so much value in my head to Zarya. I think my own bias on what the characters are capable of definitely takes effect. Like, that hog was originally a Ryan, and I was mostly just sticking on him. And then once he switched off, I was like, oh, okay, well, Zarya is a good character. I guess I just never seen like a really like I don't see very many good hogs. So I kind of just like switched to Zarya kind of subconsciously, I think. um, but what else? What else? What else? My ult usage was okay. Um, their ults on the enemy team were kind of hard to counter. Like Zarya's is one I could kind of like. Zarya's is a mixed bag. Like sometimes I could cancel it, but more I'd say like it's like 50-50 where even if I bust my ult, we're still gonna get wrecked. Um, if it's a good Zarya, if it's a good ult. Hogs isn't too threatening. Who else did they have? They had Divas. I feel like Divas has like a lot of.
Initiating match.
I think Divas is one of the easier ults to avoid. It's not super threatening. That's why I was surprised that one ult that they did was wrecked us. I canceled I tried canceling the Junkrat bomb a couple times. I think those are the only like ults I kind of canceled out. What else did they have? Pharah's ult is really hard for me to cancel because it happens so quickly now. Mercy's ult lasts so much longer than Lucio's, so you gotta be really careful if you're gonna try to use your ult against Mercy's. It's usually not worth it. McCree's también, it's like it happens so fast that it's kind of risky. Trying to see because they switch characters a lot. Sigma's is a good ult to cancel, but I don't think that Sigma. I don't even know if they had Sigma for long. And they really keep switching all their characters. Like they really like rotate.
Ready for battle.
Anyway, it's kind of hard to talk about my alt game. But yeah, I think I'll just leave it there. Not too much more to say. I think the big notes are whenever you're trying to go into an area, take elevation. Don't get caught at the same eye level or the same line of sight as your tanks when you're trying to back them up. Whenever you can, take a higher level. Like that Ryan that charged in over here, I didn't just walk in, well, for two reasons. I want to catch up to him so I get speed, and then two, I don't want to be walking into this choke point at this eye level because that's when you get punished. I think the same thing happened over here, although I still messed up. I don't want to be walking in at this choke point or that choke point. I want to be coming from above if I can. So yeah, eye level's a good takeaway. And yeah, noticing your team, making sure that you're pushing with them. Especially if you have ults, you shouldn't be poking anymore. You're just feeding them when you're poking because they can poke back, you're either feeding the healers or you're feeding, you know, anyone who could do a little bit of damage to you. If you already have ults, do not poke. You need to damage only for. I think it's a bad habit for lower ranks. Um, if you have ult already, you want to only damage for something significant. You know, for a kill or for like really good pressure. If you're just poking, then you're just feeding. Um, so yeah, I think those are kind of two takeaways from that. But yeah, hope you all enjoyed. Peace.